So what option does a dependent spouse have when her partner is going to be leaving Hong Kong and she wants to stay behind to work in her own right? How does the visa situation impact here? I'm here on a dependent visa with my husband. He's planning to leave his employment in Hong Kong and return to his home country, but I'm thinking of staying for a couple more years. What happens when my dependent visa, with the limit of stay which expires at the end of 2015, when he quits his job and leaves Hong Kong next month? Can I too use my consents to reside in Hong Kong, even though only via a dependent visa, to look for an employer and then change my visa status? Yes, whilst this is an unusual situation, I have seen this type of scenario before, and what it really boils down to is that your existing dependent visa gives you the permission to remain in Hong Kong with exactly the same conditions that they had whilst your husband was working and you were still living together. So if your limit of stay is going to expire later this year, but your husband is leaving in a month or so, essentially you are allowed to remain under your dependent visa permissions. Those dependent visa permissions allow you to look for work, take up work, join in or establish a business. And when you have come to the end of your dependent visa, you then have to make an application to the Immigration Department to change your status through to the rationale for your continuing to remain in Hong Kong, which in this instance would be to carry on doing the work that you were doing whilst you were holding your dependent visa. And in the Immigration Department, in considering that application, we'll look to see whether you possess special skills, knowledge and experience of value too are not readily available in Hong Kong. And normally if the work itself is of a professional nature and it's clear that no local person could be expected to take up this work, then the Immigration Department would then grant you the employment visa so that you could remain in Hong Kong after the expiry of your dependent visa permissions.